Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben, and this is my take on Tottenham. And full-time results: Tottenham 6, Leicester 2. Crazy game. We're going to jump straight into it because there's a lot to talk about. Lineup changes. First off, the biggest one: Sonny getting dropped. I think probably justifiably so. Not to sound horrible, but he wasn't in great form, and I feel like Kulusevski was adding a lot when he played. So Kulusevski came in for Sonny. Perisic was on the right wing back side. Sessegnon was also playing. Him and Perisic don't usually play together. But yeah, Sessegnon was played on the left wing back. Perisic on the right wing back. Emerson dropped. Longley was also in today in place of Davies. And Davinson Sanchez as well in place for Romero. So quite a few changes, I think, needed. I think there was a little bit of rust starting to seep into the team. It's needed. We've got a team that we can rotate now, so you might as well take that chance. Poor start initially. Davinson Sanchez, really poor from him. He started off with a poor clearance. He conceded then a penalty. It was just poor all over, and no complaints about the penalty either. It was absolutely the correct decision. It was just clumsy from Davinson Sanchez, and that's the Sanchez that I'm used to seeing. It was saved initially by Lloris, but he came off the line early, so VAR saw it, and then it was taken again, and Tielemans did a better penalty off to the left, and scored. So worst possible start really, and I was worried about that because I was really worried that Leicester were just going to sit in and just defend the lead and whatnot. But luckily Spurs responded very fast. They went up pretty much the other end a few minutes later. Kulusevski did a little 1-2 with Perisic after a corner, whipped a lovely ball in on his left foot, and Kane made a perfect time run, headed it in at the far post, an instant response from us. And then a few minutes later, turned it into 2-1. We want to talk about the corner first. So Richarlison ran after a ball that he had no right to, somehow won a corner from it, and then from that corner we went and scored. I think Perisic whipped the corner in, and Dyer got his head on it and looped it over the far post. Brilliant moment for him because of his England call up this week as well. So that was really good to see. And great work from Richarlison. That's what we want to see. Go into the very last minute. And unfortunately, after such a good turnaround, Spurs then took their foot off the pedal, and that's kind of been the story of the season so far. Took their foot off the pedal, started having a little less possession, then a little bit more possession, and it's just not really doing anything with it. And then Leicester ultimately got their goal. James Maddison, fantastic finish as well, I have to say. Brilliant goal. But it was poor from Sessegnon. Got muscled off the ball way too easily. And ultimately, I think it was Daka crossed it in, and Maddison had first. I can't know if it was a volley or whatever, but a half volley, but he right looping goal, hit the far post and went in. It was curling outwards, and it was a brilliant finish, but so poor from us, and I really sort of expected better from us. Once we turned the game around to 2-1, I was really expecting to put our foot down, and we just didn't. We just let Leicester back in. Davinson Sanchez went and hit the bar as well. His fingertips onto the bar. He had a header. And Lloris made a save right towards the end of the second half as well from Maddison. Poor defending again, so much time on the right hand side, and he just kind of drilled it. I think he was expecting it to go through Lloris. He put his legs right in front of him, and it went out and kept it at 2-2 really for half time. It could have been 3-2. Came out second half, and we got the goal, and then we kind of pushed on from there. Rodrigo Bentancur nicked it off. I think it was indeed nicked it off him and just slotted it past the keeper. Really nice finish, and his first goal for the club, which was really good. Lloris made a save from a really good save, by the way, from Daka. A poor from Sessegnon again, just getting out muscled again. It was kind of the theme for Sessegnon today. Daka got a glint, really glancing header that was going. It looked like it was going to go into the far corner. Lloris somehow managed to have the reactions not only to get down to save it, but then to push it out as well. Really brilliant save from Lloris. The defence was just looking very uncertain. Sanchez was looking very uncertain today. Longley as well. Sessegnon really not doing too well. Perisic had a really good game, I thought. He did give the ball away a few times unnecessarily, but I think on the whole, especially attacking wise, he offered quite a bit. But the defence in general was quite poor today. And I think Leicester will probably be kicking themselves, if I'm honest. They will be kicking themselves because I think that game was so open, and it was a case of which team could really grasp a hold of it. And Spurs, in the end, managed to do that. Leicester didn't, and they paid for it. But Leicester will be annoyed because they had the space, they had the time, they had the chances, and they just didn't capitalise on it. And that's annoying for me in the sense of our defence let them be that open. And it's fine against, bottom of the table Leicester. What about when Haaland comes to town? What about when De Bruyne comes in? You know, Man City are on fire, and I'm terrified of that game. Terrified. And then the subs were made. So Romero came on for Sanchez, and that was a really good sub. Let's just talk about that on its own. That was a good decision. Romero solidified that defence very well, and whatnot. And Sonny came on. A lot of anticipation behind this sub. He came on for Richarlison, so it was on the left side. But then after that, he came on for Richarlison. But I think Kulusevski came off after that for Bissouma. So we moved to a two up front with Kane and Son. And that added Bissouma into the midfield. It created a lot more solidity within the midfield, and that kind of stifled Leicester's attacks a little bit. Sonny came on and he scored, and it was such a good moment, such a happy moment, and it was just brilliant. I ended up today actually being more happy at Sonny scoring the goals than actually Spurs winning, I found, which is probably not a good thing to be in that mindset, but I was so happy for him. Brilliant finish. The Sonny of old type finish. He picked the ball up, 25 yards out, had a shot, and it went in, and it was a brilliant goal. And you could see the relief, not only the relief on his face, there was a relief around the stadium. The players as well looked like they were relieved. They were all celebrating. They all went up to Sonny. I think even Ivan Perisic got a yellow card because he went on the pitch and celebrated with them, which was incredible. But yeah, I'm so happy for Sonny. I'm so happy. He has been poor. You can't deny that. I'm not. I don't come on this channel and blow smoke up people's asses or anything like that. I'm not going to come on here and Sonny's my favourite player at the club. Everyone knows that. Everyone who watches my channel knows that. But I'm not going to come on here and say just because he's my favourite, he deserves to start every game. He's been poor this season. He has. We all know it. And he's not been the one that we had from last season. I have also highlighted how this has not been conveyed in the media the same way that Salah's been poor as well. Both Golden Boot winners, both been poor, but Sonny seems to be more in the spotlight. But that's a whole different conversation. But I am so happy for him. I am so happy for him, and I really just hope he can kick on now from this. I hope he doesn't score today and then revert back to what he's been like the last couple of games, which has not been great. He's been losing the ball. He's not been dribbling well with it. He's been giving possession away. Defensively, he's poor as well. I hope this is the moment that his season changes now, and I hope he really goes on and kicks on and whatnot. It was such a good moment, and Conte was so happy as well. Everyone was happy. The fans that always travel to see Sonny as well, really, it was quite emotional to sort of see. It was really brilliant. Romero then missed a sitter. Sonny played him in, who was offside when he got the ball played to him from Kane. Son played the ball across, and Romero, you could tell where he's centre back. That's all I'll say. He just open goal, dragged it wide of the post. I have no idea how, but yeah, thank God it was offside. And then Sonny got his second goal. It was his second goal, and it was a wonderful goal. I think Kane picked him out. He had some space, 25 yards out again, left foot, finesse, R1 button on FIFA, curled it round the keeper into the far bottom corner. Lovely finish. So happy that he got a second. But he wasn't done. He wasn't done because he went and got a hat-trick, and it was excruciating how they drew this out. He looked, in my opinion, even watching the play the first time, he looked onside to me. He got the ball, I think it was off Kane, I can't remember, was it Højbjerg? I think he got the ball off Højbjerg, came forward. Kane was running parallel with him, and you're going square to Kane. I know you want your hat-trick, but just square to Kane to get the goal. And Sonny took the shot, and it kind of dribbled under the keeper and bounced in. Then it was ruled out for offside. I was like, no, don't deny him of his hat-trick like this. No, how could the offside flag do this? And then literally VAR looked at it, and he was onside. It was tight, but he was onside, and he got his hat trick, and it was brilliant. It was a brilliant shot because you literally saw Sonny waiting right in front of the referee, and the referee just went like that, and it was just like Sonny it was like he was personally waiting for that decision to get a hat trick on this after he's been dropped as well, the first drop. To have a hat trick after that, to respond with that, I am absolutely amazed by that. It's brilliant. What a brilliant response from him. And like I said, I hope he cracks on now. I hope he pushes on, and I hope this is the start of another brilliant season for him. I still think the decision was right to drop him. I do. I agree with Conte. I think we have to give a shout out to Kulusevski, because Kulusevski took that place today, and I think Kulusevski proved as best as he could that he should have started the game, because Kulusevski had a brilliant game. Set up Kane. He was a menace on that right wing a lot of the time for Leicester. They couldn't really handle him too well, and he just played really well. And I don't, in the nicest way, I don't want Sonny's hat-trick to overshadow Decky's performance, because I think he had an amazing game today. But obviously, the plaudits will have to go with Sonny, and that's why he's and probably everyone's man of the match. He changed the game when he came on. He was a threat. He looked back to his old self, and to just get a hat-trick after coming on as a sub, to get a hat-trick when you're out of form, I don't know what else to say. So, yeah, Sonny, fantastic performance. Kane, brilliant performance. Again, it'll probably go unnoticed, but Kane was fantastic today. Not a masterclass, but was really impactful today. A lot of great passing out to the wings and whatnot, dropping deep, threading balls through, and obviously got his goal as well. Customary goal against Leicester. He always scores against them. 18 now it is. Sonny and Kane linked up for goals as well, which was really good. Lloris has to be mentioned as well. Lloris made several, probably a bit too much, but a number of good saves today. Really important saves as well. So massive shout out to Lloris. Bentancur as well had a great game. Højbjerg too. And yeah, good from Eric Dyer as well to get a goal. But yeah, Heung-Min Son, man of the match, brilliant performance. I'm so happy for him. I really am. Really means a lot. We have an international break coming up. I'm so sorry to ruin the video. I'm so sorry to end it on a downer. We have an international break coming up. Yeah, they are what they are. I don't really care for the international breaks apart from obviously the tournaments, but yeah, we have an international break, one that Harry Maguire and Luke Shaw have managed to include themselves on somehow. But luckily Eric Dyer will be there, hopefully playing more. But yeah, so that's the case. But 1st of October, I think it is Saturday. It might be at 12:30, I'm not sure. Big match, North London derby, Arsenal away at the Emirates. That's going to be a very difficult match. Arsenal looking really good this season. I hate to say it, but they are looking very good. That's going to be a very difficult match, and we are going to have to be at our best for that, because they're looking good. Yeah, and it will be at the Emirates, so they'll be all up for it as well. So, yeah, international break and then the North London derby. So I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks without the doubt for that, unless anything dramatic happens. If you have liked what you've seen, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that. I'll see you guys in the next video, and as always, come on you Spurs. I'm so happy for Sonny.